Hello and welcome to a 2-day RARES report for August 1st and 2nd. Let's start off with the Easter egg as usual. This is a 2-day price chart here. We can see that the price has made a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and broke above it. It's such a small thing and such a crazy wobble within a short period of time that it's hard to count this as a bottom formation. I'm not going to be looking at purchasing anything in this market until it breaks above this line. This is such a strong level of support and resistance that I'm expecting this to make a 2-week move before it's going to show me momentum up at the minimum. For you short-term traders, here is a 3 times off the same level, bounce, bounce, bounce within a 24 to 36 hour period, and then it broke above. So this is a short-term buy signal for you crazy guys who are really taking the risks hard. If it bounces a second time on the price and it comes down to that price a third time, that's a buy signal in the short term. And this would have been profitable for a few million gold pieces over just a few hours if you had been paying attention to this type of intraday trading signal. And when we go on to Disc of Returning, this is certainly not a market I would be trading, but it's bounced off this 210 3 different times and then rebounded back up to 227. So there's a great deal of money on the third time. The second time when it does this, it's worth the risk for a short-term trader who really has a lot of money, and this isn't that big of a chunk of cash for you. But when I look at this chart on the longer term, I see a big downtrend, I see lower lows, and so this big wide trend here has to be broken out of, not just a tick above this downtrend, but it's got a wide channel here for me to get comfortable. It's got to really take some space above this channel before it's going to look like a real good buy signal to me. Moving on to half jug of wine, we see the prices rebounded up a bit, but again on the long-term chart this is still very soft and not a buy signal. Moving on to the party hats, this actually looks like it could be a bottom formation starting out here where we've got the number 1 point. This could be considered the number 2 point if the prices were to come down and then break above that. That would look like a buy signal. It shaping up to be potential, and we always want to be ready for the potential for it going up so that we can make money. And then as a protective mechanism, our style of trading is assuming that we were wrong at the very beginning of a trade and only keeping it if it proves us correct. One thing about this market and all of the party hats is that we've got to keep a long-term perspective of how this is shaping up over a year's period. We're only looking at just 1 month and it's a nice solid downtrend. But here's the long-term trends. And when I do the screen draws and the chart patterns on this one, I think we've seen this in a recent video where I was pointing out this wonderful triangle that took months to build up before it finally started going, and it went for a good 6 weeks or 2 months. Then it's taken quite a bit of time to break or to create this triangle formation. We do have support here, so the market could be heading to go sideways for a long time, but this is a 1, 2, 3 top formation and doesn't give me any indication to buy right now until it has some time to make another triangle and change direction. So keeping that long-term look in mind for the purple, it's very similar for all of these markets where it's languishing sideways right now. Is this a bounce before it continues on its way down? It's just impossible to know, and that's why you have to have a trading system or a plan to say, when the chart pattern does this, I do this. So there could be a bottom, and this could be where it's heading up to, or this could be heading down from here, and it's important to be ready for either way. Right now I'm not in this market, so I'm watching to see when to buy. In addition, I'm making these videos so that I can go back and say, was I right about this? Was I wrong about this? And just get used to watching chart patterns as a habit. I'll be changing and watching real-world chart patterns as a habit. But right now, I'm watching this and I'm making these videos to help other people learn that these things can help you make money work for you. So this short-term up is often a flag of a sharp break coming down. And if this was upside down, where it's doing this quickly down for several days, then that's often a flag that there's going to be a sharp break up. So this is another short-term thing that I'm also preparing to watch for. Again, here we've got a very tight 1, 2, 3 bottom formation within a day, and then the prices broke up, and now we've got a very tightening triangle at the end of this similar range that I was just talking about in the green, where it's been doing this for several hours. Now it's flattened. These are the kind of things that if you're really, really keen into watching these things and making these millions, these are what makes the big difference. Continuing on, the white party hat prices were, the range was reset twice over the last 24 hours. It was flat for the 24 hours before that, and then since these are showing 2 days worth of prices, we can see the prices of the white party hat have come back up a little bit. Blue party hat also had its price set back up, but grabbing these charts, still a big downtrend and a potential now 1, 2, 3 bottom formation before it goes up. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the lowers, we've been watching this one keenly for a while because it made a break lower out of this triangle, made a break lower out of this triangle, so we've got the lower and lower out of these triangles, and it's broken below this significant spot right here. It's just languishing below that right now. So all of those things, I've been watching the Halloween masks and the Santa hat to follow the party hats out of this big formation, and they haven't broken down quite yet. So blue Halloween yesterday was strong and then showed some weakness first thing in the morning yesterday, and just watching this market. I'm not in it right now. It's not a buy signal for me. Red Halloween did different than blue Halloween, considerably different, where it went up and stayed soft. Where the monthly charts are more similar, this couple days has been very different for the price of red and blue Halloween. And going on to Santa hat, it refuses to acknowledge that some of the other rares have been going down. In fact, this is a gentle uptrend. We're seeing this flag that I commented on days ago, saying that it may sharply drop after that, was clearly wrong. And it's turned into a sideways channel that it's touched just above, but it's not making it above, it's not making it below, it's sitting sideways. And I'm out of this market. Part of our trading rules keep you out of sideways markets so that you're not sitting here with your teeth gritting, wondering what's going on. You're waiting with anticipation to place your trade when the market goes your direction. And there you have it for the RARES report for August 1st and 2nd. That was a fun report to do. If you guys are enjoying these reports, click on like, share them with a friend. Let's get some audience going on these reports and get some comments underneath them. Thanks again. This is Link Builder from lumbridgecity.com.